Hi there, this is Coach Noah coming to you from the Nutrition with Noah show on this beautiful July 18th, 2013. Here today I'm reading from chapter 5 called Deconstructing Cravings in the Integrative Nutrition book by Joshua Rosenthal. And I start today on page 120 where talking about the difference between simple and complex carbohydrates. A lot of people have kind of latched themselves on to the anti-carbohydrate movement, the pro-protein, high-protein diets. And the purpose of me reading these couple of pages from the book is to distinguish what types of carbohydrates really satisfy our sugar cravings. Since yesterday we talked about sugar addictions, what's going to really satisfy the body's natural, healthy craving for sweet things? So here it goes. Nearly everyone craves sugar. When experiencing such cravings, most people go right for the most accessible sweet treat: candy, chocolate bars, cake, or cookies. But what people don't realize is that many healthy alternatives can help alleviate sweet cravings. So I'm just going to jump through these next few paragraphs to give you a sense of what he's talking about. A sugar craving is simply the body asking for energy. And carbohydrates that give this kind of energy that the body is asking for actually appear in nature in whole foods like vegetables and whole grains. Those are complex carbohydrates. Now, if you eat a whole grain, a complex carbohydrate for breakfast, you'll likely have energy throughout the morning and then experience a mild dip around noon just in time for lunch. However, if you eat an Oreo cookie, a candy bar, or white bread, all simple carbohydrates, the bloodstream will suddenly be flooded with sugars, providing a quick burst of energy, but shortly after your blood sugar will drop and you will be hungry again. Think about this. Oftentimes people's blood sugar drops around 3 p.m., a few hours after lunch, the time when most people seek sugar or caffeine to get them through the rest of the afternoon. Again, like I was talking about at the beginning of the show, in today's modern nutrition world, high-protein diets are fashionable, and carbohydrates has become a dirty word, associated in many people's minds with the obesity crisis. This is absurd. Carbohydrates provide much of the energy needed for body's normal functions, such as your heartbeat, your breathing, your digestion, and for exercise. Carbohydrates are in everything from candy bars to grains and even vegetables. The problem is that people are not eating the types of carbohydrates nature intended. So here's the thing. Overconsumption of simple carbohydrates has led to an abundance of hypoglycemia in America. Hypoglycemia, which I used to actually suffer with, is the body's inability to handle large amounts of sugar. And until I balanced my carbs and proteins one-to-one with the help of a nutritionist, this was going on for me too. So it's common among people with diabetes, but it can also be caused by an overload of sugar, alcohol, caffeine, tobacco, and stress. So hypoglycemia is triggered when the pancreas secretes too much insulin in response to a rapid rise in blood sugar, which in turn causes blood sugar levels to plummet. Let me do that again. To plummet. And after they've plummeted, the body's starved. The cells are starved from needed fuel. A person with hypoglycemia may feel weak, drowsy, confused, dizzy, and hungry, especially around 3 p.m. when blood sugar is naturally at its lowest. When your blood sugar is low, you are vulnerable to cravings because your body urgently needs something to spike its glucose. If a hypoglycemic episode hits you between meals, a healthy choice would be to nibble on a carrot or a celery stick, not to grab a bagel with cream cheese or wolf down a chocolate chip cookie. Sugar cravings are as natural as our desire for air. Throughout 2 million years of evolution, humans have been programmed to desire sweet-tasting foods. Long before food processing, the only source of sweet taste was plant foods, such as squash, tubers, roots, grains, and fruit. In order to get the sweet taste their bodies desired, people had to eat plants. It's no coincidence that these sweet foods are also great sources of nutrients, energy, and fiber. Everything we need to maintain our health. So, the best way to curb or alleviate intense sugar cravings is to provide the body with the sweetness that it needs by regularly eating naturally sweet foods. So my question for today's show is, what's a naturally sweet food, such as anything in the squash, tubers, roots, grains, or fruit category, that you could start to integrate into your nutrition plan? Go ahead, post your comments below if you need any support or have any questions. And thanks again for watching the Nutrition with Noah show. This is Coach Noah signing off for today. Have a great one.